Good morning, happy people. Today is July 4th. Yay, happy 4th of July, everybody. Woo, Independence Day, yes. Today I'm in my backyard here in Orlando. It's our house back here. And this is our backyard. We have everything bricked because it's a swamp back here. So we really couldn't put anything much in the ground, except for in this area along the fence back here because it's higher. It kind of slopes down this way to the house. So everything that was in the ground up by the house, except for the plumeria, kind of just rotted. So we had everything in pots here. So all these trees are moved to the property already. Most of the trees that were on the side over here were in pots. We moved to the property already. Most of the trees that were in the center here were in pots. We moved to the property already. There's a couple trees in the ground that we put in the ground initially when we first started, before we realized everything was gonna root rot. Like this guy here, Ceruela, is in a massive pot. He's staying here. It's rooted into the ground so deep it's ridiculous. Same with this Jamaican cherry over here. I had to tie them up because during the hurricane last year, all the trees blew over. And then over here we have a couple of citrus trees, some bananas in the back, some dragon fruits with some nice fruits growing on them. Got one here, one down here, a couple over there. But today we are concentrating on my mango tree line. So what I'm going to be doing today is root pruning these trees. I'm taking I don't know what they call it, a spade shovel, I guess. And I'm slicing straight down around the tree, about a foot around the perimeter of the trunk of the tree. First I'm cutting the trees back to make the canopy smaller and the drip line. So you can see in this one here, I've already kind of made the circle around it here, pruning the roots after cutting it back. I'm working on this one right now, and cut this one back already. And so I got 1, 2, 3 more to go here. And I have a couple in the front yard that I did earlier this morning. So initially I'm pruning the roots. I'm going to let them sit like that for a couple weeks so they can adjust and start growing some more feeder roots around the base. And then I'll come back and cut under the trees to sever any large roots that are under there. I'll leave them again for a couple weeks to recover before I pull them up out the ground and transport them down to the property for planting down there. So that's what I'm doing today, and welcome to my house in Orlando. And this is Forever Plantaholic Garden, not the farm. The farm's down there. But this guy right here is a Tommy Atkins seed that I planted from seed 5 years ago. I had to cut it halfway back after the hurricane because it had blown over. But I dubbed the name of this one Tommy Bahama. So I plan on trying to grab a couple air layers off of this and taking them with me to the property because the tree is just too big to move. But if I can get a couple air layers off it, I'm taking him with me. If not, then he'll stay here. But anyway, let me get back to work, and holler at you later. Happy 4th of July, people. Hello again. Happy 4th of July again. So we've root pruned all the mango trees and the 2 citrus trees and my starfruit tree. Actually, the starfruit and 2 citrus trees I've done a couple weeks prior, so I actually dug under them today. They'll be ready to move in a couple weeks. Dig them out completely and move them. So back to my Tommy Bahama here. I said I was going to try and air layer some branches. So I am by far no means a expert in air layering. I've tried different methods. I've used the little plastic balls that you get from Amazon. I've used plastic sandwich baggies or Ziplocs. I've had as many successes and failures with each method. So I can't figure out what I'm doing differently or wrong on either, so I'm going to try again. I do know the last time I tried, where I had a mess of failures, I did not keep the air layers moist. I added the water or wet soil to them when I started, but I never went back and added water to them somehow. And I guess the first time I had lots of success, it was a rainy season, so they got wet a lot, and maybe that's why it was successful. So what I'm going to use this time is a mixture of cocoa coir and potting soil, or yeah, I guess it's potting soil. And I'm going to put that in these balls. I have some zip ties to seal them shut, and I'm going to try to air layer 3 branches of this tree. So to do that, what you need to do is about an inch wide, scrape the bark and cambium layer off of the branch, and I've applied some rooting hormone on there. That's the purple stuff. And then what you do is you fill your thing up with soil, and then you wrap it around the joint, creating a pocket of soil over the joint, and that's where the roots are supposed to come out and grow in the ball, so that when you do cut the branch off, it has roots and you can plant the tree. In theory, that's how it works. It does work because I've done it before. I've used these successfully many times air layering this guava tree right here. Sold lots of air layers off of that. Actually, 4 trees that I took down to the property are air layers off of this, so I know it works. So we're gonna give it a try, and I'll report back in a couple months, and we'll see if we were successful or not. All right, I'll get back to work. I'll show you, I'll take another video after I have all these set. Okay, we've successfully set up 3 air layers. There's 2 here and 1 down here. We did this on July 4th. We'll come back in a couple months and open them up and see if we got roots. In the meantime, between those 2 months, I will periodically come out here and try and squirt some water in there, or at least check to make sure they're not completely dry. I think that's why I've had failures for the most part in the recent past. But yeah, we'll see if we can take some Tommy Bahama with us. Over and out. Happy 4th.